Just remember, my gorgeous Aquarius, just remember that on the 20th, 21st and the 22nd of August 2020, you are in for a quite nice little surprise. But this is a good surprise indeed, and most certainly there is a very special relationship in your life. A very special person in your life is going to play a remarkable role in this, in here, indeed. And the way things are going to happen is just basically you are going to be told something, and what you're going to be told is going to surprise you, but on another hand it's most certainly going to contain this particular missing information, this missing piece of information that is just going to also at the same time in turn into a puzzle, which is on another hand going to basically make the whole picture so much different, so much more beautiful and so much more meaningful, in particular when it comes to you trying to understand something, trying to come to terms something, trying to come to grip with something in order to basically think about what you want to do next, or what would you like to do next. So very special person, as I'm saying, you know, I'm just going to say it again, that very special person in your life, it's basically going to have a rather important message for you over these 3 particular days, the 20th, 21st and the 22nd of August 2020. On another hand, what else I was going to say, that this time it's going to be also important because you are going to hear very specific news, a good news indeed, and that in itself is going to be important because it's to do with the security, it's to do with a certain gain, but on another hand it's to do with your own personal advancement. It is not only about, oh yeah, you know, it's going to be more money, you know, security and things like that. No, baby, no. It is a lot to do with the spiritual alignment that you are going to have at the same time. These 3 days are going to be very specific when it comes to your own spiritual alignment. So it's to do with your things aligning themselves spiritually, but also materialistically. This is going to become a very solid point, which is on another hand going to put you on an advanced level. But what is going to be quite interesting here is that at the same time you're going to have such a nice little reward, my gorgeous aquamarinis, indeed. But then on another hand it's just basically to do with what you expected, but then it's just something else. It's going to come out of it because it's all going to boil down to one particular thing: the actual recognition of a very important abilities of yours, something that you're very special about, something that you're very unique about, something that you're not doing but you most certainly should bring into your life. This idea that I'm talking about is going to be connected to this, and it's most certainly going to be connected to the picture that it's actually that is missing. It's to do with the recognizing abilities, but most certainly it's going to boil down to a very, very important idea. So that's why these 3 particular days are going to be remarkably important when it comes to your own personal development, when it comes to completely different dimension, when it comes to you opening the door of so many different possibilities, that if that happens right now at this moment in time, your reflection would be pretty much different, because you are really needing to get to this particular stage where you're going to cross these 3 days, and most certainly it's going to be absolutely remarkable, because you're going to realize, you know, that things are going to start changing for you. But then again, in itself, this is going to give you an important strength, which is on another hand going to help you out so much to understand, you know, the problem and the difficulty where you find yourself at, you know, how to deal with it and what would be the best way. Your eyes are most certainly going to be open, you know. It's all about this understanding and the realization that you're going to have at the same time, but most certainly it's just the time of the actual your own personal adjustment. Pay attention to the actual body. Over these 3 days, it's also very important for you to pay attention to your body, what your body is trying to tell you, because there will be also quite important message, specific message that your body is going to try to tell you, and you will know exactly what you need to do. You will know exactly the way you're going to need to kind of reflect on that particular feeling, on that situation. Okay, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Aquarius, my gorgeous Aquamarini, and it's for August 2020. So it's for you, my gorgeous Aquamarini, and it's for August 2020, and your number this month is of course number 5. So number 5, it's a very like a quite emotional number, I have to say. So this month is going to be a lot about, you know, you doing things, you're finding yourself being quite busy, you're finding yourself being quite motivated, and there is going to be the return of this wonderful motivation as well that you didn't feel maybe for a while. I'm not saying that you didn't feel motivated whatsoever, but I'm just saying that the way this month is going to unfold is just going to reflect on you so beautifully, and it's just at the same time going to bring you an important wake-up call. Number 5 means that your emotions are going to be like kind of running high, but you are most certainly going to be able to respond to them from a very high level, from a very specific angle. Just 1 second. Look, I forgot to do this. Hello, you see, dun, da, 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 dum, dum, dum. No, so it's number 5 basically, yeah, it's just about the actual emotional confusion. You know, you will want to work on a certain things that have been a kind of slowing you down. You will want to work this month on things that are like kind of confusing you, and you will also want to like kind of dig a little bit deeper. I really want to stress here that this is to do with your emotions, and it's to do with your feelings, but it's also to do with those things in your life when it comes to your feelings, when it comes to your emotions, that you know that they're not right, you know that they're not working really well, and it's always that little voice at the back of your mind that was telling you, you know, like, pay attention to this, you know, this is not really making you happy, this is not making you feel excited, this is not really for you. You're gonna need to find out, you know, and you're gonna need to kind of dig a little bit deeper what on an emotional level has been like kind of confusing you. And it's been kind of like there was like a little voice, you know, at the back of your mind, you know, your intuition, your third psychic eye was just constantly like around it, you know, and trying to make you to pay attention to it, because there is the part of your life, a certain element when it comes to your own emotions, that you're maybe blaming yourself for something, but then at the same time it needs the certain action because it's to do with a certain and a quite specific adjustment. Now this is the time for changes, this is the time for adjustments, and this is the time to see and realize, you know, like what you need to work on in order to make yourself feeling really happy, in order to expand yourself on an emotional level. But most certainly what was causing you an emotional confusion over the last 5 months. So this number 5 in numerology is important because it is just also at the same time the energy is going to be just right, the energy is going to be just perfect, and the fact that you're actually going to have a control over a situation, you know, like on a much higher level, which is nothing unusual because August is a rather powerful month. So this is the way August can reflect on many of us. Indeed, it can strengthen us, it can strengthen our spirit, it can strengthen our power. So therefore that kind of like makes us feel quite solid and powerful, and it gives us a necessary strength and self-esteem in order to move on with the certain things in your life. This is on you to try to decide and to work out, my gorgeous Aquamarini, what exactly you need to do in order to sort this out. There is some kind of emotional repairing that you're basically going to go through. So this is really important. Now, on another hand, number 5 also means that, you know, it's just basically that the certain fears that you had about maybe your financial situation, or like when it comes to your security in general, you know, you are gonna have a quite important and rather solid sign that your actual security and power is about to shift. You know, when I say security and power, obviously I'm talking about the things that have been kind of maybe making you worried, or the things that have been kind of like making you uncertain, in particular when it comes to your financial situation that affected you. So therefore that affected your future planning, and that can happen, and it can kind of affect us emotionally in many different ways anyway, without us even realizing. So this is important when it comes to your vision. On another hand, so it is going to be quite good moment that, you know, it's actually going to be absolutely fine. And also number 5 is bringing you a sign that you're on the right track, that you're on the right journey. This is also very important. But on another hand, it is to do with like a worldly power that you are going to feel, because you are going to get like an important news, okay? And this important news is just going to mean the world of absolutely everything when it comes to you, because it's something that you have been waiting for, something that you have been working on, something that you wanted to do, something that you wanted to achieve. So this is going to be quite big, you know. This is to do with you, with who you are, with your vision, what makes you feel excited, what makes you feel happy, what makes you feel ecstatic, what gives you really beautiful focus. This is also, on another hand, this month is going to bring you the whole new perspective, but it's all going to happen right at the end of the actual August 2020. But most certainly it's to do with the actual accomplishment that you're going to have, and that accomplishment that you're going to hear about, you're going to be like, ooh la la, you're going to feel very proud. It's going to put a big smile on your face, and that is going to reflect on everything, literally everything, in the best possible way. On another hand, it's to do with the confidence that you are going to have, and also like an important influence. The right person is going to manifest at the right moment, at the right time in your life. Successful, powerful, significant, unique, different. This person is absolutely everything, and that person is going to be the main reason where you're going to get an influence. You know, it's the perfect person for you to kind of look up to. Not necessarily look up to, but it's just like somebody who inspires you so much, like there is no tomorrow, baby. So this is really good, because this is most certainly the right person. So, you know, if you are not aware of it, just pay attention, because there is some kind of realization that you will have through this person, and this is also very, very important indeed. You're reaching a quiet, powerful stage of your life, my gorgeous Aquamarini, and you are most certainly going to start the process which is going to take place for the several months indeed, and the actual February 2021, it's going to have a very strong connection, and that's your time, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, I know. But February 2020 is going to have a very strong connection with what you're doing now, what you're creating now, what you're making now. February is going to be completely new stage, you know, with new possibilities that is going to sprout out, that is going to come out, and there are lots of other things and possibilities that are going to come out of it, that are going to surprise you, but most certainly they are going to be part of this path. So that's why I'm saying that this month is very complex, but it's a very powerful and very significant when it comes to you, my gorgeous Aquamarini, indeed. Also, on another hand, very important to say that your authoritative energy is going to be needed. Just remember, my Aquamarinis, this month of August, your authority is going to be needed. You're going to be needed so much, my babies, so much, in order to put your foot down. Do not wait for anyone to do something that you could do. I'm not saying that you do this, but I'm just saying that you will know once to come across the August and this wonderful energy that is going to be completely different. This is what I need you to remember, that you need to be the one who is going to be the authority. You need to be the one who is going to put a foot down, and you need to be the one who needs to make a direct edit. You will know exactly what I mean, okay? On another hand, you know, number 5 in numerology, when it comes to the month of August, is showing me that you, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, are going to have a very good month when it comes to prosperity and well-being, you know, and also the comfort, you know, and that in itself again brings that word of security that is going to mean to you so much, but then at the same same time it's just so important because you will know you will want to make a quite big move. But I just want to say, kind of, don't rush into anything. Just take one step at a time. As I can see, I have a very strong indication that you need to be patient. So if somebody try to push you towards something, my gorgeous aquamarinis, just remember, go home, sleep, spend the time sleeping. There is just so much more to sleeping. It's not just about the sleeping, it's about connection, our connection, our reconnection, our rejuvenation. We travel, we have astral projections, and that reflects on us in a very deep, very powerful, very spiritual, very strong, very unique ways. But most certainly it rejuvenates us and our minds. So therefore we are provided by all sorts of answers, when we go to sleep and we sleep on it, how they say it, try to sleep on it. Well, it's a way bit more when it comes to that, try to sleep on it. It's very important. So just if somebody tries to rush you into some kind of decisions, just say, no, baby, no, you do not need to rush into anything, my gorgeous aquamarinis. It's important. As I said, just remember to have a patience. The whole new harmony is coming through. It is going to require from you this month to bring things together into a perfect union by making attention to the management, by making attention to where you need to adjust things. And also, a successful combination is going to be quite important when it comes to you doing things and you creating things, you making things, you trying things this month. And of course that you are going to have an omen. Of course that you are going to have a quite powerful sign. And I was very excited actually when I saw this, my gorgeous aquamarini, because you are really going to have a very strong spiritual connection this month, with the earthly energies as well. And that means that you will in return be provided by a couple of days where things are going to be like a little bit strange, a little bit unusual. You're going to feel like a little bit spaced out, like you're, oh God, But just remember, when you feel like that, sometimes people feel spaced out when it's a new moon, the new moon energy. It's like, and especially in certain particular signs, when it's the new moon, people feel very much so quite spaced out because the energy can be very strong, and this energy pool can do a lot to people when it comes to feeling like bizarre, strange and unusual. But then on another hand, this is exactly the same energy that you just project in such a way and make the most of it by ignoring it as much as you can and focusing on things that you want to do. And therefore this is when this energy becomes absolutely remarkably important, and also on another hand very effective as well. What I was going to say, my gorgeous aquamarinis, is that you are actually going to have a couple of days where you're going to feel a little bit strange and unusual throughout this month. I need you to pay attention, my babies, because there is a little thing going to be flying around you. A little bird also, it's going to be a part of your journey here. Little bird, there is something going to be unusual about it. There is something going to be unusual about its color. There is something going to be unusual the way it's going to fly. I've seen this before, and now this is happening again. It's an important little messenger that you're going to have in a form of a little bird, but therefore there is something going to be quite unusual about this bird. So I just need you to pay attention. So when you see this bird, you will know when this couple of days you have that are quite unusual, when you feel maybe a little bit spaced out. Now this is going to be like a really beautiful God's gift that you're going to have at the same time, your little blessings, because when you see that little bird, pay attention to it. There are two things that you're going to need to pay attention to it at the same time. Two important things, but most importantly, two important things that have making you like a little bit indecisive. But most importantly, see what was the very first thing on your mind when you see that little bird. This is important because there is a message that is going to be connected to that. But at the same time, when you see that little bird, you will also know, oh my God, for the next few days you are going to have like a very sacred knowledge, very sacred power. When I say very sacred knowledge and very sacred power, this is to do with your wisdom. This is to do with your deepness. This is to do with your understanding. This is to do with how much you can actually stretch your subconscious mind in order to reflect in like the most high way possible. And on another hand, it is just going to basically be the realization what to do in order to speed something up. that to speed the certain process up. So you're going to have some kind of answer here, which will be absolutely remarkable. But on another hand, the other answer that you're going to have is just you will know exactly what to do. On another hand, where to be like kind of practical, because the certain hidden emotion is almost immediately going to come to the surface. You need to pay attention what this hidden emotion is. And with another words, you need to be analytical, and you need to basically, this is to do with your own practicality. This is to do with your life, and this is also to do with making certain changes when it comes to your life, basically, and improving your life by ignoring those things and cutting out those things out of your life that are frequently keeping you too restrained. Okay, so this is a lot about improving your life by realizing what needs to go, what came to an end, but without realizing that before. You see, so it's going to surprise you, but it's going to be like a little candlelight moment indeed, in many different ways. You know, this is all about this beautiful knowledge that you are going to gain, and this self-illumination that you are going to have at the same time, you know. And exactly 37 days later, something really amazing is going to actually come out of it. Something amazing is going to happen, and you will have the biggest confirmation ever that you most certainly did the right thing, my gorgeous aquamarinis. So this is how powerful this month is actually going to be. When it comes to your health, this is very important. You know, your little bones, you know, your bones are going to be quite sensitive. So please try to make sure that you're taking like a natural vitamin D supplement, or if you can be in the sun, even better, my babies. If you can be in the sun, that's absolutely great. Nice calcium supplement and magnesium supplement would be also advisable to actually take. So vitamin D, calcium and magnesium, and this is going to be quite beneficial for your bones to actually take throughout the months. On another hand, it's your stomach and your digestion that are also going to be quite sensitive. So what would I highly suggest you to take? Please try to drink as much water as you can. Avoid sugar if you can. Avoid coffees if you can. Avoid teas if you can. And just try to like eat like a nice natural fruit throughout this month. Try to eat fruit as much as you can. But when I say fruit, when I say natural fruit, try to avoid fruit that is filled with chemicals. Unfortunately, we go to the shops and the fruit is like absolutely ridiculous. It hasn't even got any taste anymore. It doesn't even look like how it used to look. It's all like a plastic. You don't even know what is it like, kind of like what is this of this fruit that we see in the shops, you know, what is natural, what is real, what is not real. Like I've witnessed the way they made like a salad leaf by just like, this is crazy, it's ridiculous, but I witnessed the way they make a salad leaf just by dropping like the little droplet of chemical in the water, and then they're mixing the water like this, and then just this big leaf appears, you know, and it's like I realized, oh my god, this is actually like a salad leaf, you know, and people eat this. It's a Twilight Zone, seriously, unbelievable. My point is that, you know, half of the fruit and vegetables over there, you know, like half of it is not even natural. So I'm just strongly suggesting, if you're able, if you're lucky enough to live somewhere, you can like maybe eat little blackberries, pick it and eat it. That would be brilliant. If you can pick like a fruit somewhere where you live, you know, that would be absolutely fantastic. Or on another hand, if you can get a fruit and buy a fruit where you can actually enjoy this, but to know beforehand, natural, you know, it just needs to be like organic and natural, but not only just organic because it says, if you're 100% certain that this is natural. So this is what I would advise for your stomach as well, and this is going to help you quite a lot. On another hand, try to drink a chamomile tea throughout this month. Chamomile tea has got a very strong taste, but I want you to drink this because of the few reasons, not only because of your stomach and digestion. This is most certainly going to be very beneficial because it's going to help you to flush out the toxins out of the system, but also it's going to be very, very good when it comes to soothing and when it comes to your stomach and things like that. And the natural dose of B vitamins is something that I suggest because this is what your the whole digestive system is also going to find rather beneficial. Please try to stick to these supplements because this is going to help you quite a lot. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interfere interact with your existing medications, my gorgeous aquamarinis, or not. Now, going on the very first date, my gorgeous aquamarini, that is going to be rather significant. It's actually going to be on the 3rd of August. On the 3rd of August, you really need to be able to put your foot down, okay? Because there is a maybe, it's to do with the family issues, it's to do with the family problems, or it's to do with the things and people around you who are immediate in your life. But there is a little, I'm sorry, I know I always say this for you, but it has been a bit intense when it comes to you, my gorgeous aquamarinis. But there is a little snaky in the grassy that is like kind of around, but nothing necessarily completely against you, or personal maybe necessarily against you. It's just that person is snaky in the grassy, so there is not much they can do about wherever you put it. It's just going to try to cause a bit of a damage somewhere. So you just need to understand and see who that little snaky in the grass is, because that person it's someone who hasn't been honest with you, and also the family issue is going to arise on the 3rd of August. And when the family issue problem arises, this is where all this is kind of going to be connected to. You may not even be aware of the family problem on that particular day, but this is the time when the things are going to start kind of moving into the certain direction. But I highly suggest you to actually try to, on one hand, this is the good time for prosperity, good time for your own personal security, safety, but most certainly when it comes to the actual family matters, you do need to put your foot down, okay? You need to pay attention what's going to be happening. On another hand, you see, it's basically an important reward, and this is the day when you're also are going to get an quite important reward, But as I said, the family problem needs you, because this is going to be the family problem needs you. This is going to be connected to the certain maybe a readjustment by making an abandonment. Okay, just remember this, it's important. And now this is going to be directly connected to you, because it's to do with the departure. This is going to be connected to the certain journey, and this is also going to be connected into an advancement into the unknown. If unknown situation outcome scares you, just step away from it. Okay, so this is both for 3rd, 4th, and the 5th of August. All these 3 days, if an unknown situation arise when it comes to like the advancement, when it comes to the certain opportunity, and if something is scaring you about it because it's required from you to make the next step, just move away from it. Okay, did you get me, Aquamarini? Okay, so if the unknown situation arise, but it's providing you with an opportunity to kind of expand yourself in a certain way, or go on the next stage, kind of like, it's going to be so much better, Just remember, if you feel within yourself, within your intuition, that this is like a kind of like something is scaring you about, step away from it, because this is nothing unusual. Your intuition is not going to led you wrongly whatsoever. This is a strong moment that you are going to have when it comes to that particular focus. But on another hand, it's to do with an obstacle, and it's to do with somebody who is just not a good person, somebody who's using people. It's connected to some kind of user, some kind of a miserable, not really nice person, who is very, very greedy. So you need to pay attention to this, Aquamarini. The second date is going to be on the 19th of August. The 19th of August is just going to be such a good day when it comes to the actual couples. Very good day when it comes to the actual emotions. Very good day when it comes to actual feelings. You're going to start feeling things, on an emotional level. But this is going to be really good here on the 19th of August, indeed. It's a beautiful time because there is some kind of like a beautiful time, some kind of romance, someone is going to be on your mind. This is for those of you that are single and ready to single and ready to mingle. There is somebody going to be on your mind here already. And I can say that person is not going to be too bad whatsoever, but somebody is just going to start slowly entering your life here, my gorgeous Aquamarini. Just remember, my babies, one step at a time. But this is also about a newly acquired peace, and tranquility that you are going to have, and the fruits of labor. 19th of August is going to be very important for your own rejuvenation, because it's all about you starting to feel things and realizing how beautiful and how powerful and how strong and how significant you are. Okay, but it's also to do with the rest after like a quite, busy time indeed. On another hand, it's the 19th of August is going to bring a success, when it comes to your material attainment, when it comes to you finding yourself in an advanced stage, well-being, if you had like a really long ailments that you didn't see any improvements, this is going to be really good here, but most certainly it's the victorious time because the difficulties are slowly going to start to come to an end, and that is going to reflect on your stability, and one particular wish is going to start coming through. On another hand, the end of the difficulty that was causing you to have a kind of new start, this is going to be the end of the difficulty that was causing you to have a new start. So this is why the 19 is going to be so important, because it's going to make you feel very creative. You need to pay attention to what's on your mind at around this time, which ideas do you have, because it's going to be connected to a very powerful new beginning. It's to do with an invention, start of something very important. It's to do with like the beginning of a meaningful experience, that it's going to become like an adventure, but most certainly it's to do with the satisfaction, accomplishment, and very, very important social relationships are going to start taking place. You need these particular social relationships because these are very powerful and very strong people in your life that are going to come up and guide you towards the path, and they're going to open your eyes to understand and see bits and pieces around you that you cannot see because you are not as self-illuminated as of yet this moment. You can be only self-illuminated to this particular point at around this particular stage through someone who just knows you so much. It's those people that knows us better than we know ourselves. So you are going to be told something very special here. The third important dates are 28th and the 29th of August. This is all about the actual apprenticeship, and you will have a very powerful ability to learn very quickly. Remember this as well. 28th and 29th of August, it's not only about the apprenticeship time, but something is going to be offered to you, but at the same time you will possess a magical ability to actually learn things really quickly. So this is a fantastic time for quite daring situations which are going to advance you. Just remember to stay committed to the task at hand. It's all about the activity and determination and your own experience. This is all going to be playing an important role here. It's to do with the actual important idea. On another hand, the 28th and the 29th are going to bring you an amazing moment when it comes to the actual justice. You have been waiting for this. You wanted this. You have been waiting for this for a long time. This is about the actual proper balance, harmony, and important reward, you will have through this personal reward, but most certainly this is to do with the actual advice that you're gonna gain at the same time. So when you hear about a certain justice, pay attention to like everything around you, because this certain advice is gonna travel towards you, it's gonna come to you, but it's nothing gonna be with the fact that you're gonna be told this directly. You're not gonna be told this directly. It's going to come to you through different energy, through the different dimensions. Very important to pay attention to, my gorgeous aquamarines, indeed. Okay, so now I'm just going to see what is going to happen in the very first week of August. The first week of August is brilliant because you are going to feel the greatest honor ever. Someone is going to praise you up, someone is going to tell you something, and this is going to mean to you so much. And that is also going to be like kind of like a little green light for you as well at the same time. Important, because it's to do with a certain luxury culmination and the fact that you will be able to kind of like start sensing things, in particular when it comes to the certain timing. Yes, there is going to be like a little bit of a tower situation that you're going to have, but you know what? The tower situation that you're going to have at the beginning of August is going to be most certainly needed. Very important. Shaky. It needs to get worse in order to get better. Indeed, it's so true. And this tower situation is just going to bring the actual determination determination, you know, a determination, an important determination within you, and that is going to bring you strength and power at the same time. The mid part of August is going to bring you the moment of like things that have been really bringing you down and affecting you and frustrating you. You will know that the worst is over, and that is also going to be very important. And that in itself, it's also going to make you really daring, and you will do something and you're going to surprise yourself, and that in itself is going to open the whole new door, because it's going to turn into an adventure. And also on another hand, you know, the certain imbalance in commitments that you had, it's going to come back and bite you in the mid-August. You know, the certain imbalance in commitments that you had, now you're gonna have your hands a little bit slapped, you know. You know, but it's like by somebody maybe domineering around you. So, but then again, on another hand, it is just going to be basically the right thing to do towards your own security and power, so it doesn't really matter. A big recognition, the mid-August towards the end of the August, that you've got more that you possibly need in order to do something really big and something really specific. And this is to do with your vision, and it's also to do with the completion, but also at the same time the new beginning. You've got the right balance, and a certain burden that's going to come up, you know, come back again. It's to do with an avoiding responsibility when it comes to the actual you maybe making a decision when it comes to some kind of possession of yours, what to do next, and the things that you needed to do before. So this is going to be quite a busy month when it comes to an unfoldment of things that needs your attention. And this is the burden that was created by you avoiding responsibility, but it's to do with your own possession. So you really need to work on it, because it's going to be fine. It's going to bring you a powerful time when it comes to the actual, it's going to be fine. It's going to bring a really important time when it comes to the actual, your own personal enlightenment, you see. This is going to lead towards your own personal enlightenment. So it's going to be absolutely fine, my gorgeous aquamarinis. This is something that you need to do. Most certainly, at the end of August, it's going to bring you very good news, and you will want to celebrate. I can see the celebration. I'm so happy for you. And that celebration is going to help you see things through. That good celebration is going to help you grow. That good celebration is going to make you feel so good about yourself. That celebration is going to make you feel so powerful about yourself. It's going to make you feel absolutely brilliant. At the same time, the obstacle, the problem, an annoying issue is beautifully going to come to an end, and that in itself is going to be remarkable, because it's going to inspire you. It's going to bring inspiration where it's needed, you know, and it's going to re-energize you and rejuvenate you so much. You will realize some kind of wishful thinking, you know, something that you wanted to do, something that you wanted to make, you wanted to create, but you will realize it's not really going to work, and that is like kind of, oh God, wishful thinking, you know. But it doesn't matter, never mind, because this is going to be just a tiny little thing that it's also going to be cut out. Literally, it's going to need a little readjustment from you just to realize, you know, it's just a wishful thinking. But that doesn't matter, because as I said, the most important thing at the end of August is going to be that celebration that you are going to have, and the new inspiration that is going to come through with it. So that's why this visual thinking situation is just something that slowly came to an end, and as soon as you realize this, the better it's actually going to be. Okay, so now I'm just going to take these tarot cards. Now, I was just going to say, my gorgeous aquamarinis, that I have got a brand new lines in my Teespring t-shirt store. I've got my merchandising, and I've designed it by myself, of course, so you can just please go and see the new lines that I'm having in my merchandising store. It's like a t-shirts, tops, you know, jumpers and mags, you know, and things like that. And the link is in the description below. And if you would like to support my channel this month, I'm asking you to just go and check my merchandising store and see if you can buy something for yourself. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to see what is going to happen with those of you in relationship. You know, it's really good, because your partner is going to really like surprise you. You're going to be like, oh, hello, my darling. You know, like it's going to be some rejuvenation of some kind of like a passion time. And I think it's going to be quite a busy month, you know. No, but I think that it's going to be like some kind of like a passion rejuvenation. I'm not saying that you weren't passionate or anything like that, but I think it's going to be a month full of passion and something that you are going to hear from your partner. It's going to really like, yay, you see, Page of Pentacles. Yeah, surprise, surprise. Something that you're going to hear from your partner. You know, your partner did something and you're going to be like, oh my God, that's absolutely great. Well, basically your partner was working on something and doing something, trying to work on something, and maybe you were both kind of uncertain and you were really worried of the outcome. So the outcome is going to be remarkable. And it's not only that, but the whole outcome is going to have such an amazing impact on both of you. And in particular, you're going to see it like, oh yeah, so responsible, so beautiful, so reliable. And if you were like kind of worrying about your partner, whether they're reliable and things like that, no, they're absolutely fine. It's just that they're going to do something and it's going to be quite mind-blowing for you. But it's also your partner is going to be quite directly responsible for some kind of safety and security at the same time, because you two are both going to come to terms with something, and also the big change. You know, you're both going to have a conversation and it's to do with the home, happiness, joy, pleasure, peace, love, contentment, you know, family life, great feeling, honor, and also the big change. You will be talking about something that like it's the right time to make and start and do a big change. And my answer is absolutely, most certainly yes. And now my gorgeous aquamarine is for those of you that are single and ready to mingy and ready to mingle. Basically, this is why I said, you see, the Hermit, surprise, surprise. I love Hermit because it's a very good sign. You know, especially at this moment in time, you are going to come to terms with something this month, and you are going to have a very deep month in many different ways. But that in itself, it also means that at around the time when you go into the little hermit mode, because there is also going to be the little hermit mode that you are going to have, and this is going to happen at around the mid-August, roughly at around the mid-August. And this is one of those times when I said that you are going to kind of like feel like it's like a slightly different dimension as well. It could be those days or it could be just around those days. However, when you have a hermit mode, when primarily you feel like you want to be by yourself, when you feel like, oh, just you can't be bothered to talk and this and that, this is absolutely great. It's just our body and spirit and soul, you know, our body and spirit are telling us, you know, to actually that we need like a little adjustment, little break, you see. This is going to be the time when you're not only going to realize something really important and really significant, but that particular thought that you are going to have, it's also almost immediately going to start attracting someone very special and very particular, very specific into your life. As I said, at around the mid-August 2020, there is someone is just going to start appearing into your life. Someone is going to start coming into your life. Someone is going to start becoming part of your life. And this is why it's highly safe from the mid-August towards the end of that month, it's going to be about that one particular person. And you know what, that person is also going to start happening around the time when you hear an important message, you know. And the message that you're going to hear is just going to be about a certain progress, how the progress is going to start speeding up, how the process started like working really quick, nice and fast. That is going to be the time at the same moment when this person is slowly going to start walking into your life, you know. It's very important to say that it's just going to happen at around the time when you also feel like a little challenge, but most certainly it's the beginning when someone is slowly about to start walking into your life. You know, my gorgeous aquamarines, I have to say to you, try to throw yourself into all sorts of opportunities, into all sorts of possibilities, because at the same time, I'm not only seeing like a hermit mode, but I'm also seeing like basically some kind of like invitation and opportunity as well, which are going to be connected to this person. Some kind of invitation and opportunity is going to be connected to this person indeed. And this is the time when this person is going to be around. My gorgeous aquamarine is someone very special. It's about to come through. Someone very special is about to come forward indeed. Okay, my gorgeous aquamarines, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you. You are just amazing, amazing, amazing. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, healing, peace, and light. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace, and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos, my gorgeous aquamarinis. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.